Have you ever seen a man completely hooked on a woman who didn't even try to impress him? She's not the most glamorous, she's not trying to be sexy, but somehow he's obsessed. She's in his thoughts when he wakes up, and in his dreams when he falls asleep. So what is it about her? Welcome to a conversation about what makes a woman sexually addictive to a man. Not the one-night stand kind of attraction, but the I can't stop thinking about her kind of desire. Today, we break down the 7 traits that men crave on a level they don't even consciously understand. Let's start. 1. She radiates high-value feminine energy. Sexual addiction doesn't start in the bedroom. It starts in how she makes him feel about himself and about her. A woman with high-value feminine energy is magnetic. She's soft but not weak, warm but not desperate, mysterious but not confusing. She isn't chasing love. She invites it. When a man feels her energy, he senses that she's emotionally mature. She's calm, grounded, and whole, not looking for someone to complete her. This doesn't mean she's passive. It means she's powerful in a way that doesn't compete. It complements. And here's the truth. Men are emotionally addicted to the woman who makes them feel like the best version of themselves, simply by being near her. When you tap into that high-value feminine energy, you don't have to do much. Your presence does the work. 2. She's sensual, and she's not in a hurry. Many women try to be sexy, but the women men get addicted to, they're sensual. They're not rushing through life. They're fully in their bodies, aware of their tone, their gaze, the way they carry themselves. A sexually addictive woman knows the power of subtlety. It's in the way she plays with silence, the way she brushes her hair from her face, the pause before she answers. She's not available for anything. She's selective. She's not desperate for attention. She enjoys it, then redirects it with grace. She builds anticipation. She turns everyday moments into tension-filled memories. And this is what men crave, because in a world that's loud, fast, and overexposed, a woman who takes her time, who knows the power of restraint, she becomes unforgettable. 3. She doesn't confuse attention with connection. This one hits deep. Most women are trained to seek attention. Likes, compliments, stares. But an addictive woman doesn't need attention to feel valuable. She seeks depth, not volume. She doesn't need everyone to want her. She's tuned into something deeper. Connection, intimacy, presence. When she talks to a man, he feels like he's the only person in the world. She's present. She's listening. She's reading between the lines. She's not trying to impress him. She's trying to understand him. And that's rare. It's rare for a man to feel truly seen, not as a provider, not as a trophy, but as a man. And when a woman creates that level of emotional intimacy, the physical desire, it becomes intense, almost overwhelming, because now it's not just about attraction, it's about emotional hunger, and she's the only one who satisfies it. Or, she triggers his need to pursue, not just perform. This point is essential. Many women accidentally kill desire by taking over the chase. They text first every time. They ask the questions. They solve the problems. And slowly, without even realizing it, the man stops feeling like a man. A woman becomes sexually addictive when she taps into his instinct to pursue. She inspires him to move toward her, not by withholding, but by being captivating. He doesn't just want to impress her, he wants to earn her. Her attention, her trust, her time. She becomes a challenge, not because she's playing hard to get, but because she values herself. She knows she's not for everyone, and that includes him. And when a man feels that, he lights up, because masculine energy comes alive in the presence of a woman who invites the chase, but doesn't need the catch. This dynamic creates polarity, it creates desire, and it makes physical attraction feel like an adventure, not a transaction. He doesn't just want to sleep with her, he wants to win her over. Again and again. 5. She's in tune with his emotional undercurrent. Let's be real for a moment. Most men are emotionally starved, not because they don't have emotions, but because they're taught to hide them. And then, along comes a woman who sees past his surface. She notices when something's off, even when he says, "I'm fine." She creates space where he can let his guard down, without fear of being judged, or less masculine. Now, this doesn't mean she becomes his therapist or emotional dumping ground. No, she simply becomes safe, and that safety is addictive, because physical desire alone fades fast. But emotional intimacy, that's what turns chemistry into obsession. When a woman can meet a man both physically and emotionally, when she touches his body and his soul, he doesn't just crave her, he needs her. This doesn't mean being available 24/7 or losing your boundaries. It means being present in a way that makes him feel understood, often without saying much at all. In a world where men are told to stay silent, the woman who listens, and listens deeply, becomes unforgettable. 6. She blends feminine softness with unshakable standards. Now here's the truth that very few people talk about. A man may be drawn to a woman's looks. He may stay for her presence, her confidence, her energy. But what makes her sexually addictive, what makes him obsess over her even after the lights go out, is when she's gentle, but never a pushover, loving but not desperate, open but still discerning. She knows who she is, she knows what she brings, and she will never beg a man to stay because she's not afraid to walk away. This drives a man wild. Why? Because when a woman respects herself on that deep soul level, she unconsciously teaches him how to treat her. She doesn't tolerate crumbs. She doesn't over-explain her worth. She doesn't play games. But she doesn't hand herself over without purpose either. This balance of softness and standard is rare. And when a man finds it, it flips a psychological switch in him. He doesn't just want to sleep with her. He wants to earn her. He wants to protect her. He wants to be the kind of man who is worthy of her presence. And that hunger to prove himself becomes endless. It's this contrast, the fire and the calm, the passion and the principle, that makes a woman not only desirable, but unforgettable. 7. She embodies confidence without ego. Confidence isn't about being loud. It's not about being dominant or aggressive. It's about being at peace with who you are, and that kind of confidence is incredibly attractive to a man on a primal level. A sexually addictive woman walks into a room like she belongs there, not because she's arrogant, but because she knows her value. She doesn't need constant validation. She doesn't second-guess her worth. She's not afraid of silence, she's not afraid to say no, and more importantly, she doesn't perform for approval. This kind of self-assurance speaks volumes. It tells a man, this woman doesn't need me to feel complete, but she chooses me anyway. And that makes him want to rise up, to be his best, to keep earning her, not because he's forced to, but because he wants to. Confidence is magnetic. It turns curiosity into commitment. It turns chemistry into connection. And when paired with warmth and sensuality, it creates a woman who feels impossible to replace. Look, we've covered a lot. We've talked about energy, emotional connection, confidence, and unwavering standards. And if there's one thing to take from all this, it's that being sexually addictive to a man isn't about having a perfect body or being someone you're not. It's about being deeply in tune with your feminine power and owning it without apology. When you create an experience that stimulates his body, ignites his mind, and connects to his soul, you'll never have to chase, because a man never stops chasing what makes him feel alive. And that woman is you.